Hello, welcome or welcome back to the Oracle Light Tarot. It's not a coincidence that you found this reading, that you're here with me now. It never is a coincidence. Let's go ahead. I'm going to use Through the Eyes of the Soul, Cheryl Downbrock. Let's see what messages Spirit has for you today. And again, lighting situation. But we're here. We're doing it. Let's get it done, right? Let's see. Wow. Hope for the future. New energies coming in. Which is number 44. Something about music. Seek the guide with noble ideas. Interesting. Seek the guide with noble ideas. And visualize healing. So you're looking for somebody. Somebody could be looking for some kind of healing, a guide. What is that off in the background? It looks like somebody helping. I don't know what that is in the background over here. Like a pack of wolves or something after him, maybe. And she's kind of causing some kind of smoke screen, maybe to throw their scent off or something. The mountain. Can you tell me about this? You have hope for the future. New energies are coming in, Spirit. Can you tell me about that? What that is about? That's a lot, Spirit. I need a lit. So it's kind of a lot going on. Okay, what about can you tell us, Spirit? A period of frustration, lessons to be learned. So you learned something in your past. Disappointment in a friend or lover. So new energies are coming in. New people. Yeah, because someone is leaving your life. So someone is going out and new energies. People are coming in. Hope for the future. Okay. So I don't know if you thought you were going to be alone or whatever after a period of a lesson that you learned. I want to say with people or a person. So maybe somebody left. Okay, disappointment in a lover or friend. So somebody left, or maybe, yeah, it's been a while. Spirit's telling you that have hope. Okay, that new energies are coming in. It's a seek the guide with noble ideas. I want to say this is like bringing how to find or bring about energy or people into your world who know how to bring it about or attract in the right way. Okay, hard work ahead. Period of prosperity and abundance. Okay, so someone's bringing money to themselves, happiness, money and happiness. There's hard work ahead for that, Spirit's saying. but you are going to do it. Yeah, honor and respect will come for you. Didn't I just say you are going to do it? Okay, so whatever you're working towards, it's going to happen. Find the guide. Seek the guide with no ideas. There's something about that table and the ideas also. I think, did that table come through in yesterday's reading? I think it did. Where it says visualize healing, I think these words are representing very, I want to say like generic, like meanings for this reading, but the Spirit wants you to visualize, keep your life in balance, and great passion. This one says pay attention to your health. Someone's working against you behind your back. This rat. Didn't the rats came out in yesterday's reading? There was a little rat charm. I almost can't even remember what yesterday's reading was about. But there was something about ill health in it, because I'm pretty sure we got the fly. There was a rat. Okay. Behind your back. Visualize healing. And there's this rat, there's this bird, a white bird. I want to say like a white bird. So like a woman. This fell on my lap. Beware of greed. Good fortune. Beware of greed. With this beetle. So when you develop this, I want to say money and respect, prosperity, abundance, right? Whatever you worked hard for, when it comes about, the fruits of that labor come about. I think Spirit's saying, unfortunately, that there's someone's going to work behind your back, okay, because of this good fortune. So beware, because there's going to be a greedy person. I want to say maybe even somebody that you weren't expecting. Yeah, money will be coming to you. So money and good fortune. So unfortunately, fortunately, money is coming to you, but we pulled this card yesterday too, and this card. Okay, I wonder if that's just okay. Let me put it back. I don't know. February could be significant, but maybe when you think something's gonna blow over with somebody. But let's just stir it up, because both those two lines. This is telling me this has something to do with yesterday's reading, so you might want to watch it. A distant friend is thinking of you, climbing towards success. They see you working. It could be that group here, this pack of wolves here, kind of watching you from a distance. They're watching you, so like I feel like they're watching you slowly, like either climb the ladder or I don't know, you're headed somewhere, right? Towards abundance. They're watching you climb the ladder. So a friend kind of causing some kind of smoke screen. What are they? Yeah, seek the guide with noble ideas. A new job occurs. So this could be a new job. You climbing. Yeah, your career and a new job. Whoa, these kind of just, it's weird how that one just kind of rolled. Unsettled times. Need to plan ahead. This one came out yesterday. News is on the way. Slowly but surely. Opportunity in some affair. Karma, you will reach what you sow. Plenty of material things. You should accept valid criticism. It's almost coming off as like you might not want to hear this, what I'm about to say, okay? But there's something, this one came out yesterday too. So there's something about something unsettled. So needing to, yeah, time to get out of a situation. I feel like it's like more like time to clean up some, like your energy, okay? With whatever this karmic energy is, okay? This person, or this energy you have about a person leaving, okay? Or maybe it wasn't that they left, could have been, but it just an energy of somebody, how we're saying, have hope for the future, right? New energies are coming in. So maybe, okay, I don't usually talk about things like this on this channel, but maybe somebody lost a child, and I only say that because I don't want to be like, it's a very sad, serious situation, right? But so maybe somebody has lost a child or lost somebody, and you never thought, or maybe you were divorced, or maybe you've been with somebody for a long time and you thought you could never, you know, kind of regain what you've lost with somebody, or because you lost somebody, okay? But Spirit says, have hope for the future because new energies are coming in. This could have a lot to do with, this could have something to do with a lot of different things. This could have something to do with your work. This could be clients. This could be people who worked for you. This could be a job you worked for. This could be people who left your life. This could be memories from when you were younger, better times, I want to say. Yeah, better times for yourself, how you saw yourself. Maybe something has changed with your body. Maybe you've grown older. There's been some kind of change, and you'd like to get back to a certain kind of feeling. The energy is a feeling. It's coming off as like, yeah. So and that energy is this haystack energy. It's the karma. You'll reap what you've sown. So be careful of the disappointment. What you kind of like, the energy you hold is what the kangaroo is representing. Okay, it says unsettled times need to plan ahead. So be careful of what energy you're holding. And I think the planning ahead, what's on the table right now, what you're planning for is prosperity and happiness here. Honor and respect will come to you. The crown is representing the crown chakra. I feel like this is you getting very in tune and in alignment with your energy. But that's the part that you might not want to hear, but it's really going to come down to you balancing, right, your energy here, because you have a lot of money and good fortune available for you. Okay, so karma, you will reap what you have sown. And it says you should accept valid criticism. This cup. So I'm telling you something. I'm not criticizing you. I have the coffee cup here. Plenty of material things, slowly but surely getting ahead. News is on the way with the bird flying. So it's about balancing your energy. I want to say a lot of people have been called to focus on their energy and focus on the present moment, because it really, really matters. The present moment is expressing your inner knowing, your inner feeling. I want to say what could be this person that could be against you could be like your shadow self, because you know how like a bird sits on your shoulder. So like I'm saying, it might be like you might be surprised at who this person, okay, working behind your back. So the bird on the shoulder, beware of greed. Okay, so period, ill health. So it could be you, it could be like your mental state. Okay, not that you're like mentally ill. Okay, I don't deal with medical or mental health, right? But I'm just saying maybe it could be, it's just cards are showing me it could be somebody's mental health. Okay, I just opened the deck. We have frustration, we have recover. Ooh, can you even see this? Recovery. A lack of foresight may be hindering your plans. Progress feels out of reach, testing your resolve. Delays, broken plans. Okay, so something about getting insight, right? because we have the seek the guide with noble ideas. Apology, renewal, recovery. As you move through the heartache, you find your meaning in the experience. Yeah. So you could be in this energy of moving through, maybe forgiving somebody or forgiving yourself. Okay. That's what this, I feel like this that she's holding is representing. It feels like maybe her forgiveness, right? Spirit, can you tell us anything else about this reading? I'm hearing that song by Taylor Swift. Oh, I think it's Opalite. I was hearing that song when I went to go make my coffee, and now I'm hearing it again. I'm gonna pause for just a quick second. Sorry about that. I had to look up the lyrics to that Taylor Swift song, Opalite. There's a few parts that are standing out to me. It's also talking about how it could be about a lover. She said, I used to stand around, something about all the perfect couples would say, you'll know when you know, and you won't when you won't, or something like that. I don't know. So like, you'll know when the right person is here, right? So it's like you're seeking guidance, but like, you'll know. But there is something about working at this energy and staying present. Okay. A few lyrics that stood out. It's all right, you were dancing through the lightning strikes, right? So lightning strikes are reminding me of something like, I want to say like rare events. Maybe you feel like you were going through things that other people weren't having to deal with or go through, right? It could be representing the hard times. You're like, why is this happening to me? Okay, there's something about a storm inside a teacup lyric in that song too. We had the teacup, yeah, the cup. You should accept valid criticism. I want to say there could be some kind of like storm that you're wrestling with inside of you that has to do with another person. Okay. Then it maybe needs to be cleaned up because you have this pail that's spilt over, or the scissors. Disappointment, right? So you had to, there's another part that says you had to make your own sunshine. So that part's really sticking out to me. And I heard Spirit when I was looking at that, like, say, like, let's get down to brass tacks. Like, let's get in that phrase. Like, let's get down to what you're really here to learn, to do, to know what you came here. What's going to be, like, helpful with the situation. Because you're about to, Spirit's saying it feels frustrating, but you are going to recover. Okay, there's going to be material things. There's going to be, so maybe this person left you with not much. Okay, this could be like a divorce. Okay, or yeah, but I think what Spirit's trying to tell you, it's going to be hard work to find this balance within yourself. This scales, this balance is because we have this bird. To kind of gain control of your energy, maybe your thoughts, your visions, what you see for yourself. Okay, Spirit needs you, or not needs you, but is saying that's what it's going to take. And not everybody can do that, right? A lot of people wallow, a lot of people, you know, and I mean, I'm not making fun of them or anything, but sometimes we go through hard times and it takes us a while to dig ourselves out of that energy, right? And Spirit's saying, but that's the way to bring the good energy about, because if you're trying to attract specific energy, you need to match that frequency, right? To bring it about. The energy that you're thinking about is not going to bring it about. So maybe it's your career, maybe it's money, right? Happiness with a career, I want to say, for somebody. Okay. So what is it felt, I'm like getting the idea that somebody wants to better themselves. You don't feel good around people. So there's this like isolation. This is Russell within yourself, because it came out sideways, and as soon as I saw it, it was making me think of that, like you wrestling with yourself, kind of making you antisocial. It says beware of excessive isolation leading to loneliness, social withdrawal. We had this, I'm pretty sure we had this card. I'm pretty sure. I'm picking up the energy of yesterday's reading. I want to say, yeah, there's a sun emblem right here on top in the front of this horse. So this is you taking charge in that part with that song. You had to make your own sun shine. So very dark. This is very dark here on this card. So this is you having to find your way through this dark forest, right? So you could be seeking, maybe you found me, maybe that's me. Okay, or maybe you found other readers, or I don't know, whatever it is you're looking for to give you. In that part within the song, it says the perfect couple said, what, when you know you'll know, or something, and when you won't you don't, or something like that. So it's gonna come down to like a knowing, you knowing what's right. I don't know, I want to say like the right job. We got this card yesterday also. The injustice. Corruption and bias could cloud the moment, postponing a fair and balanced resolution. This looks like. So yeah, so you got to be careful who you're talking to, where you get your advice. Yeah. Postponing fair and balanced resolution. So you want to seek the energy, the right energy, a fair and balanced, you know. You don't want, you know, sometimes we have friends that tell us, oh, you know, you're right when you're wrong, right? Just because they I don't know. They're like, I don't know, because they're your friend, right? But you don't need someone to tell you things like that, right? It's not helpful, right? Maybe this. So you know, the people who I'm seeing, somebody who's. It's funny too, because I'm sure I'm going to be marking things in this video. For whatever I'm seeing in the crystal ball. That's so funny. I don't know why this is coming through as I'm trying to explain this to you, because it was like side note and it popped in. But I find it amazing how I cannot see. My crystal ball is blank right now, blank to me, but to you guys maybe it's not blank. Maybe there's actually, I could see something as I go back and edit. I can see it in the crystal ball and show you. And spirit always knows. Like, how does spirit know that, right? Especially when you watch my other video, a lot of the symbolism that I was getting through the crystal ball was actually afterwards while editing, but you guys were seeing it the whole time. So there's something about that. Spirit knows, okay? Spirit, there's things that spirit sees that even I can't see, that maybe you can see, okay? So maybe that's something like that coming through, but there is an energy of, though, like, kind of, he has this purple cloak on. Yeah, like, maybe somebody's not getting the best advice from someone. Okay, it could be a friend who's just wants to support you and tell you, you know, it's like someone sitting there and kind of not really helping you get over somebody by sitting there complaining about the person with you. Look at, yeah, I just split the deck I was about to shuffle. It says happiness. It's time of radiant, this time of radiant success and renewed energy. Be your full self. Though you may be overwhelmed by a heavy burden of responsibility, relief is near. Overload, overwork, duty, stress. I don't know. It almost feels like somebody telling somebody, like, this job is amazing for for you, but maybe this job is just too much for you. It's just not your thing. It's not working out. You know you're going to burn yourself out. So maybe this is about a job. Maybe it's not about a person. Moving on. Yeah, you may be clinging to some kind of past energy. Maybe you don't think there's going to be better out there. You don't, you know. Maybe this person who's really not a good person, you know, maybe someone's stuck in a relationship or around friends that really aren't very nice for them. You know, it's giving like confidence, you know, lack of confidence. So this is you putting in the work. Yeah. Expect a breakthrough in thought, justice, or communication. So we have injustice to justice. Or communication as new truths are revealed, awakening to truth, direction, insight. So you're becoming aware of this. And we have the crown. Honor and respect will come to you because you kind of like taking control of this mentality maybe that you've been holding. And when you do, it says trust in the order of truth and consequences, balance and fairness will be restored. Yeah. So this is you believing that justice prevails, okay, in situations, and you start focusing, I want to stay, and taking control of that mental health, maybe not sitting there ruminating on certain past energies or energies that you no longer want to experience. So you're really like, oh, okay. And this isolation, maybe it's like a social media isolation is what I'm getting. Like you might be like, you know, I'm not going to be on social media anymore. I don't like the way it makes me feel. It does nothing for my mental state. Yeah. It's overload. It causes me a lot of stress. Maybe when I hang out with these people or when I do these certain things, like, so it's really coming down to you deciding to focus. Yeah, immaturity without clear direction, creativity stagnates, feeling boredom and impatience, unrealized potential. Yeah, so that would be you, and that's why this came out. That's what this made you feel like. Whatever this energy that you, this mentality, the energy you were holding, maybe just like dealing with people who really didn't have your back. I feel like there's like greedy people who are always in competition and having to, maybe you felt the need to keep up, right? Okay, for some. Yeah. But you got to do what makes you happy, right? Okay. What else would you like to say, Spirit, once they start focusing and balancing and putting their energy in the right direction? Yeah, that's what you're going to be doing. So you're charging forward with purpose. Express your intentions confidently. Okay. Be assertive. Direct those intentions, right? Be ambitious with your intentions. That's you with that sword again, right? And then you should expect that breakthrough is basically what Spirit's saying. Yeah, once you're awake to this, yeah, you'll know. You'll no longer be like in this dark time where you're having to find yourself, because you would have found yourself, right? His sword's here put away. This is him kind of lost, looking outside of themselves. Maybe to others that weren't giving him the best ideas or the best help. Like, I feel like maybe what they were saying to you was kind of like, it was protecting your inner, I felt like they felt like they were protecting you from what these other people, but really they weren't helping. Okay, it's like, it's giving like that smoke screen. Yeah. It bid you a little bit of time. Okay, might have helped in some way. Okay, but there's disharmony. I don't know why this landed here. Maybe it's showing me inside of, when I edit, I'll see. Strange relationships in your family or personal life could leave you feeling isolated. Domestic unrest, turmoil. Yeah. Yeah. Strange relationships in your family, domestic unrest, turmoil. I want to say somebody left. Like they isolated themselves because of that disharmony. Anything else, Spirit, you would like to say? I feel like I'm going to pull from my word box for you guys. And then we'll end it there because it's kind of a long reading. Spirit, what is the message? What is the message? What would you like to say to them about something about saying the course? What would you like to say to them, the Leo? What would you like to say? Something about getting silly, find your silliness again. Something about a needle in your eye, like cross my heart, like a promise or something. I don't know. What is the message, Spirit? What is ease? What is the message? Just one thing came out. Loving you. That's what it is. You need to love you. You need to focus on you, okay? So it's going to bring about this money, this good fortune, this honor and respect, this period of prosperity. Spirit wants you to love you. For somebody, I'm even getting they changed their diet. They're eating differently. Yeah, there's a transformation happening. There was also this saying in the beginning of the reading about her brother calls it eating from the trash. It's a lyric in that song, Opalite by Taylor Swift. But I don't know. What is that part in the beginning? Hold on. Oh, she had a bad habit of eating of missing lovers past, or something about lovers past, and my brother called it eating out of the trash. So I think Spirit wants you to stay focused. So that could have to do with the romance situation. Okay, so yeah, don't focus on the past because you're just going, eating out of the trash. So it's saying Spirit's going to serve you up whatever that energy is because you're focused on that energy. You have a calendar. There's something about that February that I pulled, something about blowing over. I think that was February, so it could represent Valentine's Day, so it could have something to do with love. Yeah. What you project reflects, yeah. So be what it is that you want to experience. So we have love letters. Yeah. So this really feels like has to do with love. I haven't pulled this one in a long time. So don't reflect on the past. Okay. Yeah. Maybe you want to check out the lyrics to this song. It's alright. Yeah, there's something about the sun. Yeah, you create your own sunshine. You create your own sunshine. So love you. Love yourself, okay? Do some loving on yourself. Okay? Loving you. We have create your own sunshine because of that part. You had to make your own sunshine. Yeah. And you're going to start seeing the material things, the good fortune, the money coming to you. Right? Yeah, and I feel like that's basically what it is. For it's saying you, oh shoot, there's kind of a mess on the floor here of words that came out of the box. Of home run. Dream about you. Maybe you had a dream about them. You are supreme. Yeah, I want to say like focus on yourself, your dreams. Yeah, you'll get there, right? Begin. Spirit saying begin. Yeah. You're about to hit a home run with something higher frequency. Yeah, begin this higher frequency. Focus on creating your own sunshine. And I want to say where it's like it's going to take you mentally focusing on yourself in the present moment, focusing on your happiness, whatever these little things are. They're going to lead you. Okay, so that's you taking action. Okay, with purpose. And your purpose is to feel good, and to create this steady balance of feeling good. It's like not go like, I want to say, because sometimes like we get really gung-ho, you know, when we're like, okay, it starts now, I'm changing my life, you know. And you kind of like, you know, they kind of like get gung-ho, and for a few days it's like almost like a diet, right? And you're kind of like super productive the first few days, and then things kind of like, you're like, where's my money? You know. So that kind of thing. So just be aware of just keep steady pace. Keep holding that feeling. I want to say, sorry, I was yawning. Yeah, you're going to come to a point where it's not going to feel like rainbows and sunshine. Okay, but there's something about just keep directing your energy, directing your focus, right? So what you project reflects. So whatever it takes, you know, good feeling music, cleaning up your space, maybe turning off social media, so you're not focused on others. Sometimes I feel like that's the only way you would know about what somebody else was doing, because you were like peeking into their social media, you know, or you maybe have a friend of a friend and they share stuff of, maybe they're still friends, or you know what I mean, like that kind of thing. So yeah, focus on yourself, I want to say, maybe even your career. Yeah, I want to say the love letters could be coming off as like your plans, writing down the list, things that you love. That was coming in a few days ago in one of the readings, to make a list. I was very called to make a list. Maybe you want to start your day off making a list, kind of counting your blessings. And I know that sounds cheesy, but it really does work. I don't care what you say, or whoever it is, that really works. If you actually really listen, these do not have to be big things, okay? And they could be the smallest of things that you are grateful and thankful for right now. Like, I'm seeing somebody sitting outside and there's a beautiful breeze, and that's something on your list. You're like, I'm so grateful right now that there's this beautiful breeze in the air and it feels so good. You know, that could be like that could be something on your list. I'm so grateful for my dog. I'm so grateful for you know, my children. I'm so grateful that it's summertime. You know, and just really like, when I love to do this when I'm outside in my garden watering my plants. I'm so grateful for my plants and the beauty that they give, the fruits that they give, the vegetables that they give, right? You know, and I just kind of look at them in awe. And I think that's the kind of energy you should be in, because the garden represents like growth, right? The seeds you planted in the growth. So that's the kind of energy that you should be in. Even if it's like the littlest of incremental like change, appreciate that. Ruminate in that. Like, is that even the right word? I don't know. But just kind of like dive into that energy and feel it. You don't need to continue to be in that state all day. You know, obviously that's just not the way it works, but there's something about coming back as frequently and as often as you can, right? And this energy of love and appreciation and balance. Okay, knowing that you're not always going to feel that way, but it's more of a balance with the scale here versus like a tipping when it comes to the energy that you don't want to experience. Okay. Yeah, and I'm seeing the yin yang sign, so it's like finding the good and when you're in a dark place, which is going to bring you out of that dark place. Okay. Anything else, Spirit? I think that's it. And this reading got very long, so my apologies. But I hope this was what you guys wanted to hear and what you were looking for. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.